Hey everybody, it's February 17th, 2012, and you're joining me, Vilgin, for the ATRS Clan radio show, February edition. What we're going to be doing is going through some general news, events, classifieds, and then finishing up with a miscellaneous section. So I'll hop right to it. The general news section. First and foremost, there is a new direction on the radio. We had some DJs before playing some music, things like that. Wasn't a whole lot of organization to it. But we did focus a little bit more this time around on clan events, and we're going to be doing at least one ATRS show a month. If we get popular enough, we get enough content, and we get enough DJs, definitely be looking at expanding that a little bit, but we'll see where that goes. That being said, I'm by myself this time around. I am looking for more DJs to come on and join me for the show. Basically, all you do is come and talk with some of the events with me, things like that. Really exciting. If you want to be a part of it, just feel free to go to the ATRS Radio section on the website and apply for a DJ spot, and I will get back to you. That being said, let's move on to some more server-related news. First and foremost, we do have the Minecraft server. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this, but we recently relaunched it. What that entailed was updating it to 1.1 because we were having some issues with Bucket, which is the server coding for it on 1.0. So that's been updated. The plugins, we have some issues with that, have been fixed. Everything is running tip-top. We had a lot of good feedback on it, and we were just looking to get more people on the server. So if you have any friends or Minecraft yourself, feel free to join us and get your buddies on as well. The IP is 68.232.174.217 and then :25565. Next, we're going to be moving on to recruitment changes. About 2 days ago or so, I instituted a new recruitment form for the admins, and this actually changes the process considerably for new applicants in the clan. Doesn't really affect people that are already here, but it's just so you guys know what's going on. As I'm sure you remember quite fondly, you had to do the copying and pasting of the application before and then reply to the text criteria fields we created. We've actually moved to a database system for this newest recruitment form. So on the website, if you see the Join a Group tab in the navigation bar up top, this will actually take a new applicant to a system where they're actually just filling out the information directly, and it's saved in a database on the forum. So there's no copying and pasting anymore. This actually speeds the process up of the actual application step considerably. Equally, it allows the new members to have their forum permissions right off the bat. Also, we're getting rid of voting on new applicants. What's going to happen is we had the 2-week span where they were trainees, and then we would vote on them. And then we moved to a system where they weren't technically trainees, but sort of were trainees. And at the end of the 2 weeks, they got voted on. What we're doing now is that if there's any issues or violations or they just don't fit, they get removed automatically within the first 2 weeks. This allows us to separate the people who are serious and can commit to the clan, and those who can't. Also makes things easier on the admins logistically trying to get everything taken care of. That being said, it also gets considerably easier on a new applicant, because if they follow the criteria and the expectations of the clan properly, then instead of having to wait for the 3 votes to come in, which could take a while depending on how quickly somebody got on the website, at the end of the 2 weeks, if they're not removed, they automatically retain their membership, at which point, just the same way members get warned, they'd get warned as well for any sort of violations going forward instead of automatically removed. This is important to the system, database system, because what we're going to be moving to in the future is incorporating all the positions onto that system. So if you're going to be looking at the committee spots and then the admin spots, will go through this system instead of the promotions board. That being said, the promotions board is still relevant as it stands, so if you want to apply for anything, go through that. Now, there's one more catch to this as well. The voting system is still in place for admin applications. So the new applicants aren't doing the 2 weeks anymore, but people applying for committee positions or admin or above still need the 3 votes from admins and above to get the training necessary to continue on with that position. Finally, in just the general news section, we're going to just give you a reminder here. The clan is public. I know many people are familiar with that, but we had some inquiries about if members could invite their friends onto the TeamSpeak, the servers, the games, things like that. ATRS is an open community. You don't have to feel like you have to separate the clan and the friends you already have on gaming. Even if it's different games, feel free to invite them into our TeamSpeak, get them on the website. They can join us in games. It's an open community. We're always looking for new members of the community, but also new potential ATRS members as well. So definitely feel free to invite whoever you want. The next step is we're going to be going over the events. There are several scrim practices. If you have any interest in that for COD4, on the calendar on the website, we'll detail everything for all the different practices and the dates and the times, things like that. If you have any questions, talk to Struckend directly, and he'll be able to help you with that. The goal is to get prepared for TWL and any other upcoming tournaments that we're going to be participating in, again, under the direction of Struckend. Events specifically, though, we have a COD4 Clan Fest coming up tomorrow. We have a League of Legends Custom 5v5 on the 19th, and then we have a COD4 no-scope tournament on the 24th. To give you exact times here, hold on. The Clan Fest is going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 18th and 6 p.m. Central. Then the League of Legends 5v5 will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central on the 19th. And then the no-scope tournament will be 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central on the 24th. As always, all members, new members or not, are invited to this. Now, for any particular games that are servers that have limited slots, we're going to require that people RSVP. So go on the website, RSVP on the event directly on the calendar, just so we get a gauge of who's coming and how many people we can expect. Next, we're going to move on to the classified section. We'll start from bottom, then go up. From the committee component of the clan, we are looking for more DJs, as I said. What's involved with DJs is coming on the show with me here. I can lead, you can lead, whatever. But just basically talking about any sort of the topics we have for the clan and going into depth with it. We'll have Q&A sessions later. In later episodes, so just more people the merrier on that. If we have more than one show or end up having more than one episode a month, we'll figure out how many DJs are needed for one show, things like that. We also have the event coordinator position. We're looking for Minecraft event coordinators. We're looking for admins. Get to that in a second. We're looking for event coordinators for League of Legends, Minecraft, and COD4. In particular, Minecraft and League of Legends are a priority. If you have COD4, we're also looking for COD4 event coordinators as well. If you have multiple titles, the better. Or if you can even help just for the events, the better. We're really looking for event coordinators to ramp up participation in the events and the amount we're offering. The next step up is going to be admins, as I was alluding to before. The admins we have are fantastic, and we've got a lot of good active ones. We're always looking for more. Just keep in mind that we are going to be looking at admins that are going to be recruiting as well. We're not at the point where we need placeholders. We're looking for active members that can recruit, have a good attitude, and can participate on the website, in the servers, and in the community as a whole. Above that, we are looking to fill the general positions. Talk to me directly about that, though. It's not really something you want to apply towards directly. Now, final component is going to be just to go over some miscellaneous sections. First and foremost, there's something I want to talk about in regards to recent happenings in the clan. As some of you have noticed, there have been some people leaving, some people removed lately from different positions and things like that. There's a couple different reasons here for it. We've lost some admins. I've recently changed the admin requirement where they have to recruit at least one person a month, if not more than that. The reason I did that is because we were having a lot of people that were applying for admin get their recruits that they need for the application, and they weren't finding anybody that could actually recruit them. So we merged sort of the old recruiter position into the admin position, and are stipulating that admins have to recruit at least one person a month to alleviate that and to give people more options if they have somebody they'd like to join the clan. There were some admins that weren't particularly active, so they didn't feel like they could meet that requirement, so they went ahead and stepped down. There are some members we removed because they're inactive. There is some members that were removed because they're having particular issues, or they just had a lot of stuff going on with their personal life, things like that. I want to mention, though, that even with all of that, the membership amount's actually gone up about the last week or so, so it's considerably better than where we were, about 125 or so as a whole, versus about 116, I think, during all of that. So we're getting new members, things are going well with it, and we're starting to fill the ranks a bit more with some really, really excellent candidates for the positions. But definitely that was worth just going over, because I know it's been a concern by some people as well. The next thing that we need to talk about a bit is the donations. I sent out a post to everybody about the February donation goal, and it's also on some of the servers and the repeating messages. The standard monthly goal is $150, and it's to pay for the servers. We have the website renewal fees come March that are additional $100. We're at about $180 now, so we're about 70 or so short on that goal. For the last few months, we've had a few exceptions, but overall we haven't hit that goal. And as I'm sure you can imagine, not hitting the goal for the donations means you're losing money. You can't run a clan when you're losing money. Stuff costs money, obviously. So we need your help hitting this February donation goal. Whether it's 5, 10, 15, or above, anything helps us towards that goal. We're going to get to the point here that if we keep missing the mark here, we're going to have to start cutting down some of the services that we're offering. So certainly we don't want to get to that point, and hopefully with your help we can avoid that and keep going and possibly offer new things as well. That being said, we are looking for new people on the show. My goal is to start interviewing some members. Hopefully we can get people like Struckend on, talk about the tournaments next episode, and some event coordinators to talk about events, things like that. So we are looking for people to come on. If you have any interest on the ATRS Clan website, there's the radio section. Post interest in there for either the March episode or possibly a second February episode if we have enough information to talk about. So definitely we're looking for people to come on as well. Also on that section we have a questions and suggestions post. What we're going to be looking to do is get some questions from clan members in regards to topics that they have concerns about or just want clarification on. So what we'll do is we'll do a Q&A session where we'll read off some of the stated posts and just give you some answers. And as the high school teacher always says, if you have a question, somebody else probably has the question. So feel free to let us know. Depending on the amount of questions, we may filter some out. As always, keep them appropriate, guys. I have faith. But we are looking for feedback and to give you some information on that. As always, if you have any feedback, if you have any questions or any responses to the show, please let us know in the ATRS Clan Radio section, and we are looking to improve and get you more content. That being said, thank you for joining me for the February ATRS Clan Radio Show, and we will see you next time.